saying? Where we at? You know? Yeah.
We the realest show. Grown Men Podcast. What you need to know.
Grown Men Podcast.
We the realest show.
Grown Men Podcast.
What you need to know. Trees and Almond Rum Productions presents Grown Men Podcast. And I'm your host, Another Chance, with my co-host in the building, MJB, the God of Shaw, and my brother Free Cypher Allah. On this platform, we're going to politic about life's current events and knowledge, baby. So get ready, because in this hour is where we give you the tools to succeed for tomorrow. Grown Men Podcast. Let's go. Grown Men Podcast. We the realest show. Grown Men Podcast. When you need to know. Grown Men Podcast. We the realest show. Grown Men Podcast.
Welcome.
Yes.
Kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
my brothers and sisters in God. We want to thank you so much for tuning in. You're now tuned in to Grown Men Podcast. And I'm your host, Another Chance, live in the building. I got my co-host right here by my side,
The God of Shaw.
MJB.
Yeah.
And the one and only Free Cypher is in the building. What's going on, Free Cypher? Peace. We here to give y'all the real facts, real solutions, real stories with real solutions. You're now tuned in to Grown Men Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know you can be anywhere else in this world, but you decided to tune in with us. So thank you so much for taking the time out to tune in. It is Tuesday night at 7:30. Back in the building.
Yes.
How y'all feel, man? How y'all feeling, man? Open floor. What's going on?
Hey, I just want to give some shout outs to everybody that wished me a happy birthday.
Hey,
And
shout
everybody
out.
that came through
Shout out to
for my birthday. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? Much
Happy
love.
birthday.
Thank y'all.
Shout out to JB. Happy birthday, man. It was a pretty good good gathering, man. We really enjoyed it, man. It was a pretty good gathering, man.
For real.
Yeah, we had a good time. Mr. C came through and all. So
Yeah. I was
a good
blessed. You
time.
know what I'm saying? That's all I needed to see. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? Hey, don't get together at my funeral. Get together now when I'm alive.
That's right. Come see me while I'm alive.
That's right.
Man.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Throw a little party for me.
Throw
while I'm
something.
here.
Yeah, that's real.
Show me that you care. That's real, man.
And I love that.
That's why every time Mr. C say, Chance, I'm gonna give you your flowers today, man, because of Closet Squads. I'm like, man, I appreciate that, man. That's real.
Now you see,
that's real. Just give you that strength to keep doing what you're doing, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Real quick, Free Cypher, you got any shout outs you want to give to the people?
Man, I just want to let the God of Shaw know happy belated birthday.
Thank you, God. Thank you.
Happy belated B-Day for sure. It was a wonderful weekend for those that had a chance to relax over your weekend. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you did something progressive. I just took some time out to enjoy your family, man. Made it worth it. I have a few shout outs for Open Floor. I want to give a shout out to a couple of podcasts, to some friends that I know who's doing the right thing with their life and their time. One is one prophetess, Ashley Germany. She has a podcast in Dallas, Texas called Hidden Truth Podcast in Dallas, Texas, called Hidden Truth Podcast. You definitely want to tune in, check that out. She's on Facebook, she's on YouTube, she's everywhere. Nice podcast, very nice. You'll enjoy it. You'll definitely take something from it, which is why we push it, because it's something that you can learn from. We also got Greg G Money Turner out of Orlando, Florida. He's doing Cocktails and Cigars podcast, Cocktails and Cigars. Thank you so much for watching, listeners. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for tuning in. So shout out to Greg Turner. keep doing the good job that you're doing with your podcast. God bless you and your people, as well as my good cousin up in Atlanta, Georgia, Edward Johnson. We want to give a shout out to Speak My Peace podcast up in Atlanta, Georgia. You guys are doing y'all thing. We just want to give much love and much shout out to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, as well as the nonprofit organization Genwell. You guys, if you got a moment, take a look at that. Genwell on Facebook. Some real good stuff, real good knowledge, real good stuff, man. So shout out to y'all. Upcoming events. I don't want to take up too much time on the open floor, but upcoming events. If you guys got some MJB or Free Cipher while I'm chatting, just jump in. Y'all know how we do. Yeah. I won't be long. Upcoming events and shows that's coming out this year. In October, the 22nd, me and the crew, Grown Men Podcast, will be traveling to Dallas, Texas to appear on Hidden Truths Podcast. So that's going to be real big, real hot. We're looking to do some big things in Dallas. We're looking to bring some inspiration that way, as well as gain some. We're also setting up a big show for next year in February for a big live concert in Dallas. So that's going to be big. It's going to be real big. Y'all tune in for that. Mr. C, Will the Voice, all the artists from Orlando will be there. So y'all definitely tune in for that, man. Thank you so much for tuning in, listeners. We are glad that you are taking the time out to tune in and listen.
Yes.
And give your opinion as we grow with you, as we grow together.
And don't feel afraid to call on in. You see that number at the bottom. Go
you
and
see
call
the number
in.
At the bottom, 407-456-1631. Give your views, your thoughts, your opinions on the issues and currents at hand. And I'm going to go ahead and bring those up if y'all don't mind.
Hey, go ahead.
All mind and hearts are clear, Cypher?
Yeah.
Everybody clear?
Yes.
All right. Let's do this. Y'all know what time it is.
Today's current events.
This morning, a community in shock in Buffalo, New York.
When I first saw him shooting, he shot a woman, he shot a deacon, he shot another woman, and then he went in the store and started shooting again.
10 people shot dead and 3 more injured after a gunman opened fire at a Tops-friendly supermarket in a predominantly black neighborhood.
This is the worst nightmare that any community can face.
One's gun secure. One suspect is in custody.
The suspect, identified as 18-year-old Peyton Gendron, has been arraigned on 1 count of first-degree murder and held without bail. Authorities say he drove there from 200 miles away and live-streamed the attack that is now being investigated as a hate crime.
This was pure evil. It was straight-up racially motivated hate crime from somebody outside of our community.
Police say around 2:30 Saturday afternoon, the suspect wearing body armor and a tactical helmet first fired at 4 people in the parking lot, killing 3.
We're going to need some officers inside the Tops because we have numerous bodies.
The shooter then entered the grocery store, shooting 9 others, including a retired Buffalo police officer who confronted him. The guard fired multiple shots that hit the suspect, but that didn't stop him. He was wearing protective tactical gear. The heavily armed gunman fatally shooting the guard moments later.
I still don't even believe it happened, actually, that a person would go into a supermarket full of people.
Police arriving at the chaotic scene, taking the alleged shooter into custody.
There were people showing up, asking about their loved ones.
Among the victims, 4 of them store employees.
My granddaughter works here. She heard the shooting, so she took herself and ran in the bathroom and locked the door.
I frequent this store all the time. I've never been afraid to be here. I am now. This is something that I watch on the news that happens in other places.
A witness describes the motionless bodies on the ground.
I saw the police cover her, and then they cover somebody that was behind her. And I realized at the time that those were dead bodies.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul calling attention to reports the suspect had a camera and was live streaming the shooting, condemning social media platforms that she said were not censoring hateful and violent content.
I'm asking them to take responsibility for monitoring the hate speech and the calculated plans that are right there in plain view. Help work with us with your responsibility as the individuals who profit from these platforms.
The NAACP making a statement saying hate and racism have no place in America.
That's sad.
Yeah. Yo, this is Buffalo, New York.
Okay. How did he get a hold of some tactical gear? I can't even find that stuff.
Yeah.
Now you kind of get what I'm saying. I'm talking about Al's army. You know,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this man had tactical gear.
Yeah, we was talking about that earlier.
That made me.
How would he
obtain that?
Or why would he obtain it?
Thank you.
But, you know, as they say, it's a hate crime. What you got to say about it, Cypher? Before I even give my thoughts on the subject, I'm gonna let y'all elaborate on this. Yeah.
I see it. I don't even. I mean, I done got used to this type of behavior. It's kind of like it's an everyday thing now. And every week we on here saying how we are being hunted. We being hunted down by everybody. Every week we on here speaking about this. Here's the thing. These mass shooters get apprehended without a scratch. This man that killed 10 people, wounded 3 extra. Not a scratch on him. We got babies down here that stole a pizza and some Pokemon cards.
Mm-hmm.
Dead.
Say it.
Dead.
Dead. Yep.
We got a lone gunman down here. Surrender. Toss his gun out.
Mm-hmm.
Crawl out on his belly and get his eye kicked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
These fools don't get nothing. Not a scratch.
Nothing.
Not a scratch.
Yeah.
They probably took him to Burger King too, like they did Dylan Roof years ago.
Say that again.
I said they probably took him to Burger King too, like they did Dylan Roof years ago. They just ain't let it get out yet.
This is you know, we joking about, you know, making light of the issue, but it's really such a sad and tragic event. But the way that they're handling this is so sad, you know. So for the norm, like we were saying, Saif, it's so normal. We're so used to them to react this way. He's still alive, no scratches. He's still alive, but we have, like you say, them kids gone. We have innocent kids gone. We, you know, I don't have to specify color. Yeah. You know, we have kids and people dying. Period. Because of the way that the system is set up, and it's so sad, man.
That's our biggest thing, man. We got to get people that's gonna represent the right way.
My thing is before I forget on this issue here, the kid is brainwashed just like the system has brainwashed the majority of America. Yep. He's the shooter. He's brainwashed. He's brainwashed. So that's the issue. So how to attack that from the root, from the nerve? How to fix that from the root, from the nerve? Because that's the issue. He brainwashed, and that's why he's done what he's did. And unfortunately, he's taken some lives.
I totally disagree with that kind of defense. He's ain't brainwashed. That's his nature. That's the nature.
Nature, brainwashed.
Ain't nothing brainwashed about that.
It's part of him now.
He's born and raised in that.
Yeah.
Well,
it ain't just him. It's generations of them.
It's generations.
Yeah, it's generations.
Yeah. All of us know some that we feel, you know what I mean? That, well, that's my friend and this, that, there, and the other. They don't feel like that. I'm going to tell you something about snakes.
Yeah.
All of them snakes. I don't care if they're venomous or non-poisonous or can't even bite. But I guarantee you, sometime when you walk up on that black racer and he haul behind because he can't do nothing to you, he be like, boy, I sure wish I was a king cobra or something to fight this clown.
Yeah.
Take him on out. That's the nature of it, though.
Yeah, it is a generational problem, which is an effective seed, man. So I mean, that just goes back to how to fix that, you know.
And it's sad that
How to
the sad thing about it is it's sad that we still living in past times. It's like, why? You know what I'm saying?
we gotta infect the youth, man. We gotta infect the youth, man, with the truth. We gotta infect the youth with the truth, man.
It's like, man, you only can run that game so long, God. No, man, you gotta stop
What,
that.
what kind of truth? What kind of truth can we offer to defeat this hatred?
It's a good
For no
question.
good, for no reason.
It's a good question, but it got to start from the heart. You know, it got
I
to
mean,
start from the heart.
we done did everything straight up. Personally, I feel like, you know what I mean. We done tried for generations and generations to civilize the devil. It's time to come to the agreement that the devil cannot be civilized. He must be taken off this. He must be taken off this planet. Point blank.
Okay. So that's your answer to take them off the planet. We not gonna take them off the planet. That ain't our answer. That might be the answer.
That is the answer.
Hey, well,
That might be
I'm
the
gonna
answer.
say it. I'm gonna say it this much.
Go ahead.
If that thought was held strong enough, it'll happen.
I'm with you on that. See, I'm behind the seed.
But
I'm behind
you
the
got
seed.
to realize. You got to realize now. Before y'all get too far gone,
Mm-hmm.
where do you start?
Right
You
here.
got to first eliminate devil within you.
I'm gonna say right here.
That's right.
Well, you gotta say that again. Say that again. My bad.
That's it. That's it.
Hold.
He said some real stuff. There it is.
Say that again,
You got
Cypher. My bad.
eliminate devil within you.
Absolutely.
There
That's
you
the
go.
first step.
There you
Then
go.
you can show others how to eliminate devil within them.
Absolutely.
Come on with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't get scared on me talking about, oh no, we ain't about that. Ain't my thoughts. If you're gonna be truthful, be truthful. If you're gonna be real, be real. Just learn to understand and don't overstand this. Understand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
What
all
I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go.
Let's
I'm
go.
with you. I'm with you. Understand. You know,
Yeah.
y'all listeners, man. We thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Y'all tuned in to Grown Men Podcast, man, giving y'all real knowledge, real issues from the stories of today, man. I do want to touch something about what that lady said, Cypher. She said, I normally watch this on the news about something that's happening somewhere else about somebody, some other people. You know, this is something that I see on TV. That could be anybody saying that. That could be any of our families. That could be any of our loved ones. That could have happened anywhere. It's not just NY, New York. That could have happened anywhere. So my heart goes out to all the families, everybody that's involved in that.
Yeah.
You know, God bless
Real
them,
talk.
man. Just wanted to get that out there. Now this story here was so deep, I had something else to show y'all about it, man. Check this out.
The horrific scene unfolding Saturday afternoon in Buffalo, New York. 10 people shot and killed, 3 others injured after a gunman opened fire at this Tops Friendly Market.
That this is an absolute racist hate crime. It will be prosecuted as a hate crime. This is someone who has hate in their heart, soul, and mind.
Among those killed, 32-year-old Roberta Drury, a regular at Tops Market, and 86-year-old Ruth Whitfield, who stopped for groceries on her way home from visiting her husband in a nursing home. The suspect, 18-year-old Peyton Gendron, arraigned Saturday on 1 count of first-degree murder and ordered held without bail. According to law enforcement, he traveled.
See, yeah, it's a little different when you put the faces with it, man. You know, those are families, man, that's been taken away, man. So it's just, you know, God bless them, man. Anybody got anything they want to say before we move on? Callers and listeners. We got a lot of viewers out there that's watching the show, man. If y'all interested, y'all have a comment about the show or what we're talking about, you have some insight on the story, call in. The number's there at the bottom of the screen. Give us your opinion. We're here to listen. We'll put you live on the air. Grown Man Podcast. That number is 407-456-1631. Thank you so much for tuning in. Grown Man Podcast. We're going to pay some bills, man. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Almond Rum Productions, a mobile production company established in 2020 by the God of Shaw, aka MJB. Since 1995, some of the artists that I've worked with are Mr. C, Another Chance, Will the Voice, Chopper Boy, Fame 1 Million, and Theory Cheery, and many more. So if you're looking for a good production at a reasonable price, then hit the God of Shaw up at 407-283-1825. Gmail, the God of Shaw 45@gmail.com. Linktree, the God of Shaw. Facebook, the God of Shaw.
Hey, tell me, Lord, can you feel my pain? Still bad religion 7 days a week, man. Hey, tell me, Lord, can you feel my pain? Are you raising nation up on COVID-19? Tell me, Lord, can you feel my pain? With this wicked virus, it hit the state, man. Yeah, 19 Entertainment, Mr. C. Feel like that world is on my shoulder. Everybody's in it trying to get over. I'm tired of shedding them tears for my friends. Stuck in the midst of this hell that I'm in and you in.
Beats by the God of Shaw.
It's kinda like Orlando. Central Florida, hang from the street, bro. Vitamin C is Mr. C. Thugwood, aka bald head to see. All pumping in the Orange County pump on the streets. What you say, I'm on the plane, old worldwide big, oh.
If it's time for a treat, it's time for Melted Morsels by Nicole. Only the finest ingredients are used in these tasty pastries, bite after satisfying bite. Baked with love and methods passed down from generation to generation, there's a morsel for every occasion, whether cakes, pies, cookies, or any decadent goodies in between. Melted Morsels has the fix for your sweet tooth. Go to www.meltedmorsels.com or call 407-536-0708. Melted Morsels by Nicole. Sweets, anyone?
That I'm using today, man, is something that's built up over the years of time through my past and my history, you know. So the person that's right now is the person who God has allowed me to still be here. So I'm trying to give it back to him. To check that head.
I believe if I trust in God that He would make me whole. I believe cause I feel it flowing deep down in my soul. No one can tell me any differently. It's something that He has orchestrated for me.
To my nephew, great cause, man. Getting donations for Hurricane Ida, man. So we came off to drop off some water, trying to build 13s out here. They doing their thug best, man, y'all.
I believe if I trust in God that He would make me whole. I believe cause I feel it flowing deep down in my soul. No one can tell me any different. differently. It's something that he has orchestrated for me.
Book bag, free food, free everything.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. We appreciate your time and your patience. God bless you all. Bless your family and everything you have in mind to strengthen you and yours. May it grow. May you see your future and may you manifest it. And may God help you get to that dream. Amen. You're now tuned in to Grown Men Podcast, the really show when you need to know current events, real men, real issues with real solutions. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all know what time it is. We're moving right along to the next next segment.
Family and relationships.
Family and relationships. Family and relationships. We bringing it back home, man. Tonight, we bringing it back to the root of the reason why we put this whole thing together. We acknowledging the direction that we wanted to go in, and so with that being in mind, family and relationships. I had something here. Let's see what I got here for you guys, man. We'll put some things up like I normally do, and we're gonna touch bases on it. What I have real quick is the perfect relationship is not perfect. It's just that both people never gave up. You know what I mean? And we're not talking about just one type of relationship. We're talking about all type of relationships. Brother and sister, father and daughter, man and woman, child, co-workers, your neighbor, all relationships, different, everyone that you come into reaction with, even a store clerk, just everybody you come into reaction with, you have a relationship with them. It might not be a long relationship, and that might be a big relationship. It could be very small, but it is a relationship. Understand that, and it's up to you to nurture each one of your relationships. Understand that it's mainly for your peace in eternally. That's something you'll learn going about life is as soon as you just like forgiving people. As soon as you forgive someone, it lets a load off you. So the more that you guide things the way that you want them to go, the easier things get for you, man.
It's a thought process.
It's a thought process. Relationships are not perfect, but it's the fact that I decided to stick it out and made it work is when you start seeing things that others don't see because they don't make that sacrifice.
And then when you do stay in there for the long run, you start to learn each other. You really start to learn each other.
Break that down for me. What do you mean?
Well, you start to see you to be honest with you, you start to see where you can strengthen yourself through her, and she starts to see where she can strengthen herself through him. It's like y'all bounce off each other. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you see that bond come in.
Right.
Because it's just like you said, you could be driving to the store or something like that and think about your girl, and boom, your phone rang or something like that. Y'all got to connect. You know what I'm saying?
Happen all the time. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Something like that. Or either you can read her, like you can already know what she needs, and you just bring it to her.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Start to learn each other.
I'm gonna give y'all an example. Co-workers. Some people like their co-workers. Some people don't like their co-workers. but it's a relationship because you have an employment there. So you want to make it as comfortable as you possibly can for yourself and for others. So you just keep a considerate mind as you go about your day. It makes things easier for you. It makes your relationships easier. It teaches you things, at the same time.
Yeah.
Your patience, it teaches you things. Your patience will teach you things. On top of that, so
Yeah.
just food for thought, man. Just food for thought. Free Cipher, you got anything for him?
No, man, look like y'all covered out.
Tenfold, tenfold, tenfold. I got one more. I got one more for y'all. Y'all might have something on. Y'all might have. Well, wait a minute, Cipher. Do you agree with my little quote there, right there? Is that an agreeable quote?
It's not disagreeable. I feel that way about all my relationships,
Copy
friendship,
that. Copy
business,
that.
regardless. Especially with business here. If it ain't perfect, cause I quit. Hey, look, we're gonna find another one.
Right, right.
That's right.
When it's
Tenfold.
perfect, I sit there. And I'm still sitting there.
No. You got at some point you gotta love yourself to that degree.
I got one more for y'all, man. Tell me what y'all. A successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always the same,
Always with the same person.
always with the same person. So it's not just about that one time you fall in love. It's something that you continually do over and over and over again. And again, that's something else that I had to learn, that we have to learn as adults and being in relationships. That's something that a lot of young people don't know. I didn't know it when I was a young man. Uh, when I was a younger man, I didn't know certain things till a certain age. Especially about relationships. You know what I mean? Especially about relationships. But yeah, you you don't always see what you have in someone. You have to let time pass, and
go back
you have
where
to
I'm at.
nurture it. You have to see what's what with it, and you understand that it's worth the time. Then you see the growth. It's kind of like your garden, man.
There you go.
It's kind of like your garden. You plant your seeds, you watch them grow. And you see the flowers bloom.
But it has to be reciprocated on the other end. Now it can't be you just doing that and that person not paying attention to what you're doing and trying to reciprocate it and give back the same in return, because it's like you got to grow at the same time.
Right.
You got to grow at the same time.
It's a partnership.
That's it.
It's I almost. I almost gave away some goods.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna give away the goods. I almost gave away some goods there, but it's a partnership. You have to work this thing together. As a not just you and your girl, but you and your friend, you and your mom, you and your dad, you and your brother, you and your sister, you and your child. You have to work this thing together.
You and your friends.
You gotta work it together, man. You gotta figure out what's important, and you gotta make that forefront.
Yeah, keep it growing.
You
Just
keep that at the forefront.
Learn from each other.
Which is, if you keep your eyes open, you could definitely do that.
Yeah,
you could definitely learn from each other, man.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. You're now tuned in to Grown Men Podcast. All my viewers out there, if y'all have any comments, questions, or concerns, the phone number's right there at the bottom of the screen, man. Take your time, pick up the phone. It's right here. We're waiting to put you live on air. Give your comment, your feedback on the questions and the issues that we have today. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. We're moving right along. Y'all know what time it is.
Building morale.
Building morality. One of my favorite parts of the segment of the show. Building morale, strengthening our youth, strengthening our men, acknowledging we need change, acknowledging that it's time to make some efforts and moving things in the right direction, starting with myself, with my mentality, my mind frame. Uh, get it right, get it strong, so I can get someone else strong and whatnot. Strengthening our men, strengthening our youth,
Yeah.
building morality.
Well, I'm telling you one thing about it now. I'm building my morale. I'm finna I've been slacking off, but
Mm.
I'm finna really put some discipline on myself and start writing down these. I've been writing them down. I just got to go start looking at them again.
Mm.
The affirmations. That's
You
another
mean
way.
your studies? You're talking about your
Yeah,
studies?
like positive sayings. I write them down,
Okay.
and
We got a
at the
caller. We got a caller calling in, guys.
all right, cool.
Caller, you're now live on the air with Grown Men Podcast. Speak your piece. Cut your radio down. Cut your radio down, caller. Yes, yes, sir.
We got to realize as men, we are the head of the family, just as God is the head of the church.
Cut your background noise. You have to cut the background.
Okay, let me move away from you. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, caller. Go right ahead, sir. You said
Okay.
as men, we are head of the household.
Right. And as such, we got to conduct ourselves as leaders of the families and not just victims, because nobody is perfect but Christ. So
That's
when
right.
you choose a mate that has imperfections that you can handle in life, because you got some imperfections, they're going to have some imperfections.
Right.
So you got to determine, can I deal with this issue? Can I deal with this issue? Some of them may be major, some of them may be minor.
Uh-huh.
But you have to make that decision. And that's the term way of having a long-term relationship with the partner.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with you 100% on that. I absolutely agree with you 100% on that. Thank you so much for your input on that. But I have to agree with you on that. In enduring certain things will allow you to get past that, and you'll see different things blossom in your relationship, and you'll make it to those 30 years, 40 years, and 50 years relationships, those long years. But I think it's important to make the time that you have today count as
every
well.
moment.
Make every moment you have today count, even those that are in their new relationships. Take the time to see what it's about, and focus just on that.
We have to have family planning within ourselves. We can't just try to pick a family and go willy nilly.
Right.
We have to have a plan or design what we want in our families.
Okay.
And if we're being led by God, you can't go wrong. You live by what God says, your family will be great.
Absolutely.
Your family, you give them knowledge, understanding, wisdom, and when they grow up and watch you, they want to emulate you being led by Christ.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And that's right. That's called being taught the right way. Absolutely.
And we got other ramifications that we need to do as black men and a black family. We got to understand that we need to fully understand finances.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this, caller, on the morality segment. What bit of information will you give our youth that's out there listening? A tool of understanding and acknowledgement that they can take with them. What would you tell the youth if you could sum it up real? What would you give them?
I would tell them to join a church, learn about Christ, and follow Him and read the Word.
Mm-hmm.
In that Bible, it's going to give you illustrations on every situation you can imagine.
Now, absolutely, and I'm agree with you on that. Now, what would you tell the youth before I move on? What would you tell the youth that are already grown in their own mind and they're already in a direction that they shouldn't be headed in, and mom and dad is not able to pull them back, so now they're going down a destructive road? What type of guidance would you throw their way?
Well, I would say seek out a role model, someone you can trust, and someone you think that has your best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good stuff.
If you can't find a role model, you gotta assess your life and see where you want to go. Do you want to become a business owner, or do you want to run the streets for the rest of your life?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be a singer? Find something that you can design that's helpful with the way or the direction.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with you on that, caller. Thank you so much for calling. And what's your name, caller?
Your daddy.
Thank you so much for calling, Dad. We appreciate you tuning in, man. I love you, Dad. You're now tuned in to Grown Men Podcast, man. You're getting good information from real men, real stories, real solutions, man. You just heard it right there from my dad, man. Real solutions, man. Real answers. Free Cipher, you got anything for us on this particular segment?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go somewhere else because I forgot where we was at. So I'm just first and foremost, let it be known that any type of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that I do drop on this show is coming from the nation that I'm a citizen of, which is the nation of the gods and earth. Peace to the 5%ers.
Peace.
And one thing that we do as far as building morale, we have a list of things that we do. We're just going to choose one right now, which is maintaining a level of respect for those within your sight. If these are your friends and stuff, you try to, they didn't already earn your respect since you allowed them in your sight. They wouldn't be in your sight if they ain't already had your respect. But you want to always maintain a level of respect with them. Meaning, like, if you know things get under their skin, why would you try to keep poking?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Why would you keep trying to aggravate them or annoy them when you're supposed to be trying to build them up?
Right.
These are things that we can't do with those that we are dealing with within our cycle.
Mm-hmm.
It'll cut out a whole lot of confusion that we have with each other.
I'm guilty of that one myself.
Yeah.
We all guilty of it.
Quick fix, though.
It wouldn't have been something in our code of bylaws if it wasn't something that we guilty of.
Yeah.
Well, that's good clarification on that, Cypher.
Absolutely. And before I forget, building morale, going back to the basics like we was doing before, Free Cipher, what happened to yes ma'am and no ma'am? It kind of like doesn't exist no more in this today's society. Little basic things like that has taught me to be the man that I am today. by respecting my elders with yes, ma'am, no, ma'am,
Mhm.
automatically. Just without thought. And it seems like the world has gotten so far away from that. I think it's time to reverse that curse
Yeah, you
and,
gotta
and,
start
and
seeing
start
it more
and start
often.
implementing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Just the basics. Just the basics. Bring you back to the root of reality. You know, um, just the basics. Moving right along. Moving right along. We're getting ready to get into the best part of the evening. The best part of the evening, especially tonight. We got a special show for y'all tonight. We're gonna get a little bit deep. You know how we always try to get deep at the end of the show with a little knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Y'all know what time it is.
Knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We prepared a good show for you guys tonight. On this particular segment of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, we want to implement some things on your conscious to see if you are able to accept it, if you're acceptable. This is some stuff that you can absorb and pass on. You can use it. Definitely take a look at what we got prepared for you tonight. Here we go. We're going to start with the first one, MJB. Before we get into that, we're going to go with something light, real light, which is, let's see. This one here is be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Basically, that that's it. That's plain English there, man. Don't blow off.
Yeah, don't.
The stranger. Think twice. Um, think twice. As you are interacting with different people throughout your day. Think before you speak. It's a hard lesson that most of us have to learn.
Yeah.
But if we do it, you will benefit at the end of the day. If you think before you speak, you'll respond a lot better than you expected. So be not forgetful to entertain strangers. Talk to people. Wish them a blessing. Wish them a good day. Open the door for somebody.
Yeah.
Tell them to pass it on.
Yeah. Give off what you want to receive.
Absolutely. Y'all have any comments on that one?
It's nice.
Are we in agreement on that one?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything cool.
Cypher?
I reckon.
You reckon?
All depend on me. What you consider an angel? They say it's the angel of death as well.
Well, that's not the angel I'm considering. That's not the
That's
angel I'm
real. That's
considering. Tenfold. We're talking about angels that are there to help you throughout your journey that you don't want to just push off to the side. All right, check out this next one. Now this one here is the one we was talking about, MJB.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. This is
family relationship.
Yeah. A good relationship is when someone accepts your past support. I might as well speak on that and put it up.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
not what I was looking for, but a good relationship. This was for family and relationships. A good relationship is when someone accepts your past, supports your present, and encourages your future. That's just real, point blank.
Yeah.
That's what everybody needs in their life. Pastor called it Luke. If you know anything about your Bible, you know who Luke is. Luke was the faithful one. So everybody need a Luke on their side. Let's get rid of that. Hold on a second, y'all. Let's see here. Okay, here we go, MJB. All right. So the principle of truth are seven truths, seven principles. He who knows these understandingly possesses the magic key. What magic key? The magic key creating a thought form, allowing the doors that may lie in front of him to open. Magic key, invisible key, so to speak. Power, so to speak. Energy, so to speak. Um, we're going to go through these 7 principles. I'm going to read the 7, and MJB is going to break them down for you.
And just to let y'all know, we coming out of the Kabbalion, Hermetic philosophy.
You said Hermetic philosophy?
Yes.
Okay. For those that don't know, look that up. Hermetic philosophy.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The first principle is mentalism. Mentalism. All is mind.
This principle embodies the truth that all is mind. It explains that the all, which is the substantial reality underlining all the outward manifestations and appearances, which we know under the term as mental universe, material universe, excuse me, material universe.
Self-explanatory, man.
Like
Okay.
things you bump into, things you touch, material. You know what I'm saying?
The mind is the creation of these.
Material universe. That's right. Did somebody think of this table? Did somebody think of the microphone?
All is mind.
There it is.
Okay.
All right.
Moving right along. That's your power. Your mind is your power. Moving right along. Correspondence. Mirror.
Okay.
Correspondence.
This principle embodies the truth that there is always a correspondence between the laws and phenomena of the various planes of being and life.
Anything?
Planes of being and life. Phenomena. Like correspondence.
What is that? What does that say to you?
It's like give and receive in a sense, correspond.
What about you, Cypher?
Between the laws and phenomena.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't really into hermetic studies yet.
Tenfold. You understand what correspondence though?
Sometimes.
All right, moving right along. The next principle I have here is vibration, which means all is in motion.
Yes. This principle embodies the truth that everything is in motion. Everything vibrates. Nothing is at rest.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Something else self-explanatory. Okay. Yeah. And then the fourth principle is rhythm. Rhythm. Movement.
Rhythm. This principle embodies the truth that in everything there is manifested a measure of motion.
A measure of motion.
To and fro.
To and fro, up and down, back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Polarity. Duality. Dual. Polarity.
This principle embodies the truth that everything is dual. Everything has two poles. Everything has its pair of opposites.
Positive, negative.
There you go.
Okay. Cause and effect, that's pretty much self-explanatory. And then what is that last one?
Principle of...
I can't see that last one.
The principle of gender.
Gender is the last one. Go ahead.
This principle embodies the truth that there is gender manifested in everything. The masculine and the feminine principle ever at work.
Absolutely. Which means men are supposed to be men and women are supposed to be women. Point blank. Those are our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding facts for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or concerns or comments regarding these thoughts, please give us a call. The floor is open. We are still live. The number is right there at the bottom of your screen. 407.
Okay, so now, my question is this. Do you use that to measure all the truth or to figure out what is truth and what is not? I mean, how do you apply that to your day-to-day? I mean, I want to know.
You talking about the principles?
Yeah, the 7 principles of truth. Well, I mean, how do you?
Basically, it's just saying like you got to see, you got to be able to see your energy come back to you, and how do you respond to it? You know, overall, how do you respond to it? Sometimes, you know, like you say, it's like just be conscious, just pay attention to your surroundings because everything is moving. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you in your zone, somebody else in their zone, but see how everything vibing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you step into a room, how do you feel? How does it make you feel? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just be aware. Basically, be aware.
But those still, that's still a feeling. That don't make it true.
It all depends on the outcome of your thought, because it all started from you anyway.
So what I'm getting is that, you know, this is just a math class to me. You know, when it comes to stuff like this, you know, this is math to me. You know, I'm just these is equations, things that I can use to build certain areas and certain structures in certain areas is what I'm looking at.
I mean, I see. You're right. It is, man. I see it as like an algebra equation when I'm still in general math.
A lot of people are.
That's why I be like, that's we understood that we failed. At one time we were God, and we decided we declined from God to man to beast. Right now we still in that bestial state, trying to be raised to a man to become God. So we gonna give high science to an infant and want him to explain it. And we just sat here and said, yeah, it's high science. We need to break it down and keep it on layman terms, so everybody can leave with some type of overstanding.
Break it down for them.
Okay. I'm gonna say it like this. It's all a thought. It's all a thought.
Utilize your thought process.
That's it. That's it. And you'll see what come out of it.
So the knowledge, you know, a lot of people is not acceptable or receptive to it because, you know, they're not familiar with it. But just the fact that it's being put out there gives them an opportunity to absorb it if in which they choose to. That's pretty much it with that knowledge, man. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
It's all a thought.
Yeah, that's peace. That's peace.
Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. Y'all know what time it is. Grown Men Podcast.
We really appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know, much love to everybody out there in the universe.
Much love, much respect, much love.
I want to give thanks to the mother and the father, because without those, it wouldn't be me.
Free Cypher.
Yeah.
Peace. I'm out.
Respect. I want to give thanks to everybody out there, all my viewers for watching, man. Thank y'all so much for watching. Respect. Keep God first in your life, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
We out.